With Elevation Health, listen, let's have a serious talk for a moment. What is your health worth? I mean, frankly, what is your health worth? You know, there's thousands of doctors throughout the Salt Lake Valley and across Utah. You can pick and choose where you'd like to go for your health care, but what is it worth to you? And what I see is this. I see sometimes people saying, I'd like to save some money, so I want to find somebody that doesn't cost me much. You know, I've been around a few years, okay? And I've found that the cheapest isn't always the best, you know? And yes, we'd all like to save money. On the other hand, I want to be well. I want to take my car to get repaired. Do I want to take it someplace when they give it back to me I've got more problems than when I dropped it off? No. Is it worth me to pay a dealer sometimes to have the work done? Yes. Is it more expensive? Of course it is. But does it get done right the first time? It does. So sometimes spending a little bit more money is well worth it. Now let me share a scenario that I see again and again and again. I just saw it yesterday. I'll probably see it again today. I have new patients come in with problems that have become chronic. They've had them for 6 months, year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. They're becoming problems that are affecting their life. They don't get to go out and fulfill their dreams anymore because they can't. They're in pain. And they've been to one doctor, they've been to another doctor, they've been to several different types of doctors, and finally they end up here. And I ask them, so where have you been? And they give me this long list of doctors they've seen, and I say, okay, what did the x-rays show? Well, nobody took x-rays. Now wait a minute. Nobody took x-rays? What's the number one reason for taking an x-ray? Number one, textbook, trauma. And yet people who have been in accidents, they even end up at the hospital and no x-rays are taken. They go to a chiropractor, no x-rays are taken. I had a patient just yesterday who came in. She's got about 1 millimeter of disc space left between the fourth. You're going to lose the space between those vertebrae, and you're going to begin to compress the nerve as it comes out between the vertebrae. That's going to cause pain down in, not just the low back, down into the pelvis, down into the leg, and can mimic or cause sciatica. Now, if this particular person had been to a number of doctors, and really, I'm not sure if they didn't take x-rays, I'm not sure they did a very good examination either, and all of them seem to come up with, oh, you know, it's just sciatica. Well, she's been adjusted by chiropractors. She's been on medications. They've even done injections, and yet no one suggested get an x-ray, and certainly nobody took the further step then to get an MRI. So on her x-ray, obviously the problem is between that fourth and fifth vertebra where we're compressing that nerve, and yet all kinds of treatments have been performed without even knowing where the problem is, where the pain and numbness and tingling are coming from. So you tell me, was that worth saving a few bucks to go see whoever was cheapest or whoever was closest? Or no, she wasted a year and I don't know how many thousands of dollars on treatments that did zero, no good whatsoever for her. Now I get a little passionate about that because I think as a doctor it's our job to take the steps necessary to find out what the problem is, and certainly as a chiropractor that is where our passion lies. We have to track down the cause of the problem and not just chase the symptoms all over the place, because the symptom isn't always where the problem is. So if I sound a little upset about that, I am, because I'm fed up with hearing it again and again and again. I've been here, I've been there, no x-rays. Frankly, it was a pretty brief examination, but hey, let's get on the table and adjust you. Let's go in the other room, we'll write you a prescription. Let's give you some injections. And yet nobody even knows why they're doing that, right? And quite frankly, what are they treating if they don't know what the problem is? So yeah, I get a little upset about that. I'm not the cheapest doctor in town. I'm not going to be the cheapest chiropractor in town. My time, the education I have, the focus on correction of abnormal postures, the specialty of treating scoliosis and correcting that non-surgically, that has taken me a lot of time and work and effort and frankly money, right, in order to learn to do those things. And am I the cheapest? No. Am I the most expensive? No. I don't want to be at either end of that spectrum, but I do want to be good, okay? So if you've had problems and you've been around and you're not sure what's going on, and maybe they didn't take x-rays, or maybe they took x-rays and never really told you what the x-rays showed, and well, maybe they're not sure where it's coming from either. But listen, call me, 801-974-5555. Come on down to Elevation Health and let's do a thorough examination. Let's get correct x-rays and let's get down to the problem of why you have the symptoms that you have. And once we understand the problem, then it's time to employ the correct treatment program in order to get you better. I don't understand why anybody would ever start treatment without understanding what the problem is. So if you've been down that path, if you're continuing to have problems, please give me a call. Come on down to see us. I'm right on the corner of 62nd South and Redwood Road, Elevation Health. I'll see you soon.